Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Run Free and Strong. I'm Rachel. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. It's Sunday afternoon and we're doing our Church of the Sunday long run. Try to go a little bit long, but keep it easy. It's been 2 weeks since my Yeti 100-mile virtual ultramarathon, and I'm feeling good. Had a couple of days this week where my right hamstring and glute a little bit tight and sore. Yesterday, Saturday, had a really good day. 10-mile progression run at Waveny Park. Jogged half a mile to a grass field and finished with 4 times 100-meter strides on grass. Was really pumped with the run, and I'll talk more about that when we do our recap of the week and looking at the Strava and Stryd data at the end of this video. So let's go out and do our Sunday long run. 5-mile check-in, 45 minutes, 30 seconds, so pretty close to 9-minute pace. Started slow, was picking it up a little bit and trying to keep it easy. Passing by the cornfields here, or the wildflower fields, both I think at Waveny Park, with the Waveny Castle up on the hill. Gonna keep going another 5 and probably call it a 10. 10 yesterday, 10 today. Plus the strides. Will be a good weekend. Hey guys, 10 miles done. Didn't get to do a lot of filming. Was a little tired and focused on the run, so apologies for that. Now jogging back to a grass field where I can do my strides. So 10 miles in an hour, 28 minutes and 44 seconds, and really pushed the last mile. 7:54 with a slight hill right at the end. So happy with the back-to-back 10 milers.
Tonight I'll reach out and touch the sky in the city of angels. Feels like I'm coming home with my head up in the clouds. I am searching for something and I'm still hoping, 'cause I wanna be in, not out, wanna make this all count. Yes, I wanna go crazy.
Sunday workout done. Yay. Rinse and repeat. Same workout as Saturday. Hang on. We're going to go right into a recap of the week. We'll dive into some data, talk about the week ahead, and then also want to share 2 or 3 fun challenges that I've been thinking about. So stay tuned for that. Thank you. Hey guys, let's take a look at the week of November 30th and just a little bit context. So going back 2 weeks, November 20th, I ran my 100-mile Yeti virtual ultramarathon at Waveny Park. I took a full week off. The following Friday, the 27th, I did a 3-mile easy shakeout run at Waveny Park. Took Saturday off, and then Sunday I was pulled back to the Appalachian Trail. Really needed mentally to take a little bit of a break and go do some running, some climbing, some exploring, which was a lot of fun. I posted a video on that. That's the Appalachian Trail series, episode 5. A few highlights for the week of November 30th. I ran 40 miles or 64 kilometers on 6 days, which for my second week back after the Yeti was quite good. Happy with that. That represents 6 hours time on feet, which is good as well, given that all of it was running. There was no walking or climbing involved this week. I ended the week with back-to-back 10-mile progression runs or 16K each, Saturday and Sunday, which we'll do a little bit of a deeper dive into. 4 out of the 6 days, I did strides, in total about a mile or 1,600 meters. And then I had about 3,500 feet or about 1,000 meters of vertical gain. Quick walk through the week. Monday was a day off. Tuesday, December 1, I did an easy 3-mile run in Waveny Park with strides thereafter. Wednesday, I doubled the mileage and did a 6-mile run. Felt great, 8:45 pace, again followed by strides. Thursday was a little bit of a rough day. My right hamstring and glute were sore. Felt a little bit of pain, very tight. I tried to loosen up, but after 3 miles, I decided to stop and go home and stretch. And I think that's one of the lessons learned for me is when things don't feel right, don't continue, stop. Very often we try to push through those things and it just makes things worse. And I've learned through the years just to listen to my body. Went back out Friday to see how it felt. It was still hurting a little bit, still a bit painful, but I, after 3 miles, definitely loosened up. So I continued, and miles 4, 5, 6 were actually quite good. So I was happy with that. Because of the hamstring, I decided not to do strides on Thursday or Friday. Saturday, decided to do a 10-mile run. Felt really good. First 3 miles easy, pushed the middle 3 miles, and then continued to push the last 4 miles. And it was a very nice progression run. We'll take a look at that in a minute. I then jogged from the end of that run about half a mile to a flat field where I did my strides on grass. And Sunday, I planned to do a long run as well. Didn't quite know how far I was going to go. About halfway into the run, around 5 miles, felt a little bit tired and decided it was just better to rinse and repeat and do what I did Saturday, a 10-mile run it as a progression. Felt better on Sunday, even though I was a little bit fatigued. Same thing, jogged to a field to do my strides and ended up with strides. So let's quickly take a look at the weekend back-to-back 10-mile progression runs, both Saturday and Sunday. At the top, we can look at Saturday, reading across. On the bottom is Sunday. The first Strava screenshot just shows the key metrics. 10 miles, an hour 29 minutes, slightly sub 9-minute pace, average heart rate about 164 beats per minute. If we compare that to Sunday's run, again 10 miles, an hour 28 minutes and 44 seconds, marginally faster, 8:52 average pace, heart rate 151, quite a bit lower. So on the surface, the runs are nearly identical in terms of distance, time, and pace, but the heart rate does look different. We also take a quick look at the workout analysis on Strava, and we can see the Saturday run started out very slow, almost 10-minute pace, and ended up the last mile with a 7:59. We can see the heart rate creeping up from 148 in the beginning to 168 in the end. And actually what's interesting here is the heart rate jumps up after mile 3 and stays at 168, even though my pace decreased from 9:07 for mile 4 to 7:59 for mile 10. So something doesn't quite make sense. Looking at the workout analysis for Sunday, again, we can see started out slow, 9:37 for the first mile, ended up very fast, 7:55 for the 10th mile. Here we can see a very different heart rate picture. Starts out, again, very low, 144, stays pretty low, never really jumps up. Even if we look at mile 5 and 6, stays pretty low, and then the last 4 miles, when I started to drop the pace a little bit, yeah, it moved up marginally, but it was still kind of low 150s. Let's take a look at the stride data and see what that tells us. Obviously, this imports data from my Garmin 235. The distance and the heart rate and the pace are directly calculated from Garmin data. One of the things that concerns me with my heart rate data is it may not be correct. And I'm using a Garmin 235 with a wrist-based heart rate monitor, and I bought, and it just arrived, the latest and greatest Garmin HRM Pro chest strap. And going forward, we'll be using that to monitor my runs. I've been thinking about this for a while. There's obviously a lot of information out there that the wrist-based heart rate monitors are not accurate. We know that. The trigger for me to go out and buy the Garmin HRM Pro chest strap, which is $120, was a comparison and video that Steven from Ultra Trail Steven did comparing a treadmill run on both a heart rate based monitor and a chest strap. And there was an average of about 20 beats per minute difference based on his analysis, which is significant. So I decided, let me just go out and buy this thing, and let's go forward, have a much more accurate way to measure heart rate. So for the time being, let's park that whole conversation about heart rate until we can look at more accurate data. But looking at the Stryd dashboard for the Saturday 10-mile progression run, I did want to look at specifically mile 10, which was my last mile and my fastest mile. And a couple of things to just call out here that Stryd offers that Garmin or Strava do not offer are some additional metrics. The FPR, or form power ratio, which is a measure of running economy, that's one that I want to start looking at a little bit more. Below 0.25 is considered good, and as we can see here, they're all in the 0.27 range to 0.3. So a little bit of work to do there on the running economy. Let's compare Saturday's run to Sunday's run. So first thing, just a footnote here. There are a few gaps in the chart on top, and those represent me stopping to pull out or put back in my GoPro camera. They were short stops, 40, 60 seconds a piece. I don't think they have material impact on my running or heart rate or anything like that. I looked at the last mile, mile 10, and we looked at the FPR for Saturday was 0.26, and for Sunday was 0.26 as well. Overall, very pleased with my recovery progress. It's week 2 after my Yeti 100, 40 miles, 6 hours time on feet, 2 long progression runs on the weekend, back to back, strides on 4 days, all looks good. There are 2 or 3 fun challenges I've been thinking about, and they are completely aligned with my 2021 goals. So 3 I have in mind. One is I'd like to run a sub 24-hour 100-mile ultramarathon, and the target is to do that at the 7 trails in April. And the second challenge is related to that, is I'd like to be able to run a 25-mile trail long run on the weekend in 3 hours and 15 minutes. Not saying I would ever run a 100-mile ultra without doing the run, walk strategy, but I think for me to be able to get a sub 24 and improve my running economy, I have to be able to run a 25 miler without walking and do that at a pretty fast pace. Number 3 is a little bit crazy, and we'll see how it goes, but I'm thinking between Christmas and New Year's, when it's a little bit quiet, to do a 250K challenge. And here's how it'll work. I'm going to run walk on 5 consecutive days, each day a 50K. So by the time I'm done after 5 days, I'll have 250K. Why am I doing that? 1 is to get some back-to-back runs in, but 2 is I've been thinking about 2022, which is still far away. I love thinking and dreaming about these kind of things, is to do a 200 multi-day event. There's a new one that Arvipa Running, Jamil Khoury, is putting on in May of 2021, which unfortunately is too early for me. It's a 250-mile, 5-day event. It's called the Cocodino 250, and it starts in Black Canyon, Arizona, and ends up in Flagstaff after climbing Mount Eden. Who knows, I may drop after 2 days and laugh about it. Unless we try, we don't know. Let me know in the comments below, what challenges are you guys thinking about? And do you have anything lined up in the next month, 2 months, 3 months? Please share in the comments below, and would appreciate if you give the video a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and are interested in following my journey, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you guys all. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.